Before we begin, everything in this video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not medical or legal advice. Always speak to your doctor, attorney, or qualified professional about your individual situation. There is a conversation most men never have. Not with their doctor. Not with their family. Not even with themselves. Because the thought is too frightening to say out loud. What if something is happening to my memory? What if this is dementia? Today we are going to have that conversation. Calmly. Honestly. And with one goal in mind. To help you plan ahead before you need to. Dementia affects more than 55 million people worldwide. And that number is rising. In the United States alone, more than 6 million people are living with Alzheimer's disease, the most common form of dementia. Men are not exempt. In fact, men are often diagnosed later than women. Not because the condition develops later, but because men are less likely to seek help, less likely to name what they are experiencing, and more likely to dismiss the early signs as tiredness, stress, or simply getting older. That delay between the first signs and the first conversation with a doctor can cost years of planning time, years of choices, years of control. So what are the signs worth taking seriously? Not the occasional forgotten name. Not walking into a room and forgetting why. Those happen to everyone. The signs worth paying attention to are more persistent, more disruptive. Forgetting recent conversations or events. Not just once, but repeatedly. Getting confused about time or place. Struggling to find words in the middle of a sentence. Difficulty managing finances or bills that were never a problem before. Losing track of familiar routes or getting lost in known areas. Changes in mood or personality. Becoming unusually anxious, suspicious, withdrawn, or uncharacteristically irritable. And here is something many people do not expect. Some people with dementia experience changes in behavior that feel completely out of character. Personality shifts that can be confusing and distressing for everyone involved. These are not character flaws. They are symptoms. Understanding that difference changes everything about how you respond. Here is something I want to address directly. Because in my years of working with people living with dementia and their families, I saw this happen over and over again. When a dementia diagnosis becomes known, some friends disappear. Invitations stop. Social gatherings become less frequent. People feel uncomfortable. They do not know what to say. They worry about saying the wrong thing. Or they simply cannot face watching someone they love change. And so the couple who most needs community, who most needs familiar faces and human connection, ends up with the least of it. If you are someone watching this who knows a couple navigating dementia, please keep inviting them. Keep showing up. Adapt if you need to. Be patient if you need to. But do not let the discomfort of the situation become their isolation. This is a section most dementia videos never cover, but it is one of the most important. Financial abuse of people with dementia is far more common than most families want to admit. I have seen it happen. A person with memory loss being taken to the bank, withdrawing significant amounts of money, and having no recollection of it afterwards. relatives or acquaintances with access to finances, making decisions that benefit themselves rather than the person they are supposed to be protecting. And the question every man watching needs to ask himself now, while his mind is clear, is this: who do I trust to manage my money if I cannot? What happens if I do not fully trust my family? What are my options? In the United States, the answer lies in legal planning done now. A durable power of attorney allows you to appoint someone you trust completely to manage your financial and legal affairs if you lose capacity. A healthcare proxy or healthcare power of attorney does the same for medical decisions. If family is not the right choice, a professional fiduciary, an attorney, or a trusted financial advisor can fulfill this role instead. The key is making these decisions now, before a crisis forces someone else to make them for you. I want to speak honestly about what caring for someone with dementia actually involves. Because the people watching this are not just the men worried about their own memory. Many of you are the carers. The husband who promised his wife he would never put her in a home. The daughter managing a career and a parent simultaneously. The son who moved in to help and is now running on empty. Caring for someone with dementia is one of the most demanding things a human being can do. The vigilance required is relentless. Checking the cooker is off, making sure the door is locked, watching for signs of distress or confusion, managing behaviors that can be frightening or exhausting. I knew a man, devoted to his wife, who promised he would never place her in a care home. He meant every word of that promise. But as her condition progressed, and despite his son moving in to help, there came a point where her needs were beyond what any family could safely meet at home. That was not a broken promise. That was love reaching its limits and finding a different way to keep her safe. If you are a carer, please hear this. Asking for help is not failure. It is the bravest thing you can do. Here is where I want to leave you with something genuinely useful. The single most powerful thing any man can do, whether dementia is a concern right now or not, is plan ahead while he still can. In the United States, this means putting the following in place: a durable power of attorney for finances, a healthcare power of attorney for medical decisions, a living will or advance directive, setting out your wishes for your care if you cannot express them yourself, and an honest conversation with the people closest to you about what you would and would not want. These documents are not about giving up control. They are about keeping it. Because the man who plans ahead is the man who stays in control of his own story, even when memory begins to fade. Dementia is not a subject anyone wants to think about. But the men who face it honestly, who plan ahead, who have the conversations now, give themselves and the people they love the greatest possible gift: time, clarity, and choice. If this video helped you today, please give it a thumbs up. It helps more people find this channel. People who may really need these conversations. And drop a comment below. Have you started planning ahead? Or is today the day you will? If you are new here, welcome. This is Retirement Central. Calm, clear, honest. Every week. For men navigating life after 60. Hit subscribe and press the notification bell so you never miss a video. Take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one.